Pandemic Diaries, Episode 2, from the History of the Wars by Procopius, regarding the plague of 542. At this time, there was a pestilence by which the entire human race came near to being annihilated. In the case of all other scourges sent from heaven, some explanation of cause can be given by daring men. But in the case of this calamity, it is quite impossible to express in words or even conceive in thought any explanation except to refer it to God. For it did not happen in a part of the world or with a certain group of men, nor did it confine itself to any season of the year, but it embraced the entire world and blighted the lives of all men, respecting neither sex nor age. As much as men differ from one another in places they live, in the law of their daily life, natural bent, or in whatever else a man differs from man. In the case of this disease alone, those differences availed not. I shall now proceed to tell where this disease originated and the manner in which it destroyed men. It started with the Egyptians who dwell in Pelusium, and from there it divided and went in one direction toward Alexandria and the rest of Egypt, and in another direction toward Palestine and the borders of Egypt. And from there it spread over the whole world. It left neither an island nor a cave, not even a mountain ridge untouched, always moving forward, traveling at times favorable to it. And in the second year, it came to Byzantium in the middle of the spring. And it came as follows. With the majority, it happened that they were seized by the disease without being aware of it coming. There was a sudden fever, but there was no change in the color of the body, nor did the body become hot as it is expected when attacked by a fever, nor did any inflammation set in. So naturally, none of those who had contracted the disease expected to die from it. But on the same day, in some cases, and in the following days in others, a swelling developed. That came immediately, in some cases, and in others after many, many days. This disease ran a course of 4 months in Byzantium, and at first the number of deaths were little more than normal. But then the mortality rose, went higher and higher, until it reached 5,000 per day, and then went even higher and reached 10,000, went higher than that. So it fell upon the lot of the emperor, as was natural, to make provisions for the trouble. So he detailed soldiers from his palace and prescribed money, and commanded his announcer of imperial messages, Theodorus, to take charge of the situation. With the emperor's money, Theodorus buried the dead that were left behind. But soon, all the tombs that previously existed in the city were filled with dead bodies. So they started digging all over the city, place after place after place, and laid the dead there. At this time, it was no easy task to find even one person in the streets of Byzantium. because all those who were fortunate enough to be healthy were sitting in their houses. And work of all description ceased, and all trades were abandoned by artisans, and all other works as well. It was certainly a very difficult and notable thing to have sufficiency of bread, or of anything else. So it happened that with some of the sick, the end came sooner than it should have come, by reason of the lack of necessities of life. Such was the course of pestilence in the Roman Empire at large and in Byzantium, and it fell upon the land of the Persians as well, and visited all the other barbarians besides. This too shall pass, because this has all happened before and will happen again. Stay safe.